Today is day 25. Today we're talking about cultural appropriation, or better said, cultural misappropriation. It is defined as the unacknowledged or inappropriate adoption of customs, practices, ideas, and such things of one people or society by members of another people or society, and they are typically the more dominant people or society. So these folks tend to hold on to their cultural heritage, and these folks are like, mine, let me just do it because I can. So let me give you an example. Current right now, Gwen Stefani saying, I'm Japanese. She has no Japanese heritage in her. She's using Japanese stuff in her work, but to not even acknowledge that she is borrowing it. She says, I am it, meaning I own it. Now, Japanese people are not going to just come into Nigeria, for instance, and take over our culture and misappropriate it, right? The problem here with stuff like this is that you are totally unaware of your own power and where you're coming from with that power dynamic. And we have to watch out for that. A woman I know said, I'm a white woman, blonde, no heritage, with indigenous Americans. She said, I am a Native American. I know I am because I was one in my past life. And so she wants to get into all kinds of things about that. I'm like, dude, come on. That's a problem. Now, more realistically, this is one I've personally experienced. You go to Jamaica, India, wherever, you get these dreadlocks, and they're gorgeous. You look good with them. You're a white woman, you look good with them. And, you know, it kind of means you're kind of cool. Fine, right? You take it that way, that it's kind of cool, that there's a heritage to it, blah, blah, blah. That's fine. That's not the problem. The problem is in the same school that your kid goes to, the black kid in that school who has a black boy who has dreadlocks, he's not allowed on the wrestling team because of his dreadlocks. He's told he has to cut off his hair to do whatever. He can't get a job because he has dreadlocks. If you don't understand that power dynamic and you don't try and address it, it is an issue, right? Other people's culture is not for you to sample and enjoy and say, I like this and I like that and I'll take this. There's, in yoga, there's a lot of cultural misappropriation because the lineage of the yoga line is never being honored. You take some little certification, you know, you're done with it and you're like, oh, I learned under this yogi. And so that legitimizes me. And then you bring in all kinds of things into the yoga world that wasn't there before. My personal pet peeve, goat yoga. That's just me though. I haven't tried it. I shouldn't knock it till I try it, right? But why are we doing goat yoga? Is that how they do it? Or is that just our own flavor? You know, we add this patina to it that it's like disrespectful, I think. But that's just me. You take an online certification course and now you're this shamanic healer that uses sage to banish spirits away. In the meantime, the sage, white sage, is now becoming more and more extinct because of how it's not being managed properly by the right people. At least buy it from indigenous people if you want to use it, okay? These are things I want you to think about. And the compassion piece here is to learn to appreciate culture instead of taking it over and making it yours. Learn to just, I can appreciate it. I can look at it, appreciate it. I don't have to own it. I believe that the way white America is formed, there's a lack of culture and there's a void. And that's why we keep going out and reaching out for other people's culture to take it in and do whatever we will with it. Your action step today is to take inventory. Is it your sage, your new age crystals, even your yoga? Hello, today is day 25. Today we're talking about cultural appropriation, or better said, cultural misappropriation. It is defined as the unacknowledged or inappropriate adoption of customs, practices, ideas, and such things of one people or society by members of another